mean, this is freedom. Everything just happening for no reason. Like, that's lovely. It's just appearing for absolutely no reason. Nothing needs to happen. That is the freedom. Nothing needs to happen. Nothing needs to change. Nothing needs to fall away. Thoughts arise. That is the absolute. But then me energy would be like, oh, my thought. It claims a thought. And it just, because it's known, it's boring. It's dead. I've had this thought before. Everything's fresh and new. Whatever appears is fresh and new. The oldest thought is fresh and new. There's just newness. Driving on that bridge home is newness. It's not the same bridge that was driven on the day before and the day before. It's just new. Everything that appears is fresh and new. That's
That's some kind of omen. Good timing.
So there is no real question. The question comes from the illusion. So there's no answer, but there's no question. That energy just wants to make it work. This can't work. It's just happening. There's nothing to be put in order. There's nothing to be put right. There's nothing to get boxed up and straightened out. There's no need for any of that. There's only the appearance. There's only what arises. That need of putting it in order and making it work is just unnecessary. I mean, it's an illusion. It can't be. There's nothing to put in order. Oh, I got it. Okay, what's next? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, what's next? It never ends. It never ends. This is unconditional love. This is home. Home. But not for anyone and not as an experience. Not any, it's not something that can be known. Home is not knowable. Home is all there is. There can be like a real confrontation, like these types of meetings, like that energy of something runs into nothing. And it can just feel like a battle or a tug of war, but it gets nothing. That's why it's very unpopular.
Mm.
There's nothing in it for anyone.
And yet that's what's longed for.
And then it's what's longed for. It is what's longed.
Mm.
Just not by the seeker. Which it would just seem like most bodies are having the seeking experience. And most people would just seem like they're just fine with it. It's a story, but that's what it seems like. Here there was a sensitivity to that energy. And then it seems like that's if there's an openness, there's a drawing to hear this type of share. Openness is what does it. But I mean, no one can do openness. No one can have openness. It's not anybody's openness. It's just openness, expansiveness. The end of seeking is the end of that struggle, the end of the need to find, the end of the need for more, but it's just not havable. Just the complete end and loss of that need of that energy. So it can feel like death. The apparent falling away can feel like death because it's the death of the solidity of the appearance. The death of what was taken to be me. But in the end, it doesn't matter because there wasn't no real me. Nothing really dies.
It's interesting in the story. I don't know why you always default to the story, but in the apparent story, the ones that seem not to resist seem to be aligned unbeknownst to them in some way. Because it just seems like this is a natural as is. And some characters don't resist it, so to speak, but there's nobody there to resist it, of course. But it's interesting. So it seems like it's more reflective in the story when there's not resistance in that way. But who could resist and who could not resist, right? It goes one step further because they subtly believe they're a character still. but it's not reinforced because it's just flowing. So that's just a relative, something I notice. So a struggling spiritual character, as opposed to someone who just lives a life as it and accepts this is it. Yeah.
Can never be
But
accepted.
not in the deepest. I know there's still a subtle character there that's accepting this is it. Not even accepting, they just flow. It's just interesting how it flows in the dream. You know, I'm a big advocate for the dream.
What was longed for is just for everything just to be what it is. Simplicity.
It seems to be obvious to the perception as the natural state, so to speak, even relatively. Like if we honored what's actually, and I know it's in this, I'm always in the story, but if we honored what's actually here and what's actually being seen, all that conceptual overlay, which is everything you're referring to, that blind, apparently makes separation and the dream and all that, it's all concepts. It's an overlay. But this, even in the relative sense, tells the tale, I think. In the dream, I guess. If it was just noticed that it's only ever here without any conceptual overlay in the appearances, then it's just this appearing as that, I guess.
The noticing is separation.
Mm.
What's longed for is the end of the need to notice something. The end of the push, like, okay, now I can see it.
Mm.
What's longed for is the end of the movement. To see it.
It seems to be a natural reaction, like when something hits here, as I'm sitting here and listening, all of a sudden it feels like something's noticed.
Mm.
And I don't do anything with it. It just feels like something was noticed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Resonance.
Okay. The point of view seems to shift, but that's just how it feels. Yeah. Oh, sure. Nothing changes. It's just, we don't want, it doesn't change anything.
The water and coffee, however, it changed.
Is there really a difference when there's no one in that chair and when there is someone? Apparently. It could be nobody in the chair and it could be the best satsang ever.
Pretty good.
You don't know how to do this on the phones because I have like a side screen and I can't get rid of it. But all right.
Yeah, Zoom on the phone, I don't understand. Yeah, I usually use a MacBook.
I'm gonna get a laptop because it's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to manage. Are there people in the Zoom room?
And I don't even know if there's people in the waiting room because I
You
can't
can't recommend them.
I can't navigate. I think it's everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna put them on the screen. Get ready, guys. You're going on. You're on. Oops. That's the only way how I could tell. There is 5 people watching.
Oh.
Yeah, and I can't get to the waiting room. So, do any of you guys know if there's anyone in the waiting room? Probably not. You could do your hand up or down in the anyone in the waiting room? Waiting in the waiting room? Anyone want to respond? You don't know? Okay. All right.
I apologize for people on Zoom. I forgot I had a mic on and I went.
Oh, no.
No.
And he's,
Apologize about.
he's probably saying,
That's like this showing up as mild embarrassment.
Oh,
and he's saying, fuck this shit.
Yeah, these guys are the worst.
Whoops. Sorry, guys. I look in the mirror to wash my hands. And
Oh, yeah,
I got
yeah.
a mic on.
I've done that. I have done that.
Oh, man.
Oopsie. Yeah.
Hmm. Hey, Michael, welcome. Did you make a comment? I can't see the comments on Facebook either, it seems. Michael, who's my friend, my local friend. Michael, try to make a comment on Facebook. Thank you.
So I don't think there are people in the waiting room.
Oh, okay, good.
If you open the meeting as host, tab participants. If people in the waiting room, you'll see a section called waiting room.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, I see your comment, Michael. The angle looks good. If it's possible, join the session. Can you zoom in on him? Okay. And you're on Facebook? I'm sorry to go off on a tangent here. I'm all the way zoomed in on my end. And I don't know. Oh, here we go. Hopefully that's a little better.
It seems like there is. It seems like there is a before and after.
Seems like
At some point, you've got a Polaroid.
Yeah.
And you're looking in the right-hand corner of the Polaroid, you have no idea that the rest of the picture exists.
Mhm. Oh, you mean like looking at a picture and then.
Well, in other words, it's the whole picture, the whole Polaroid is always there.
Mhm.
And yet, my sense of a me is like looking at the bottom right-hand corner of the Polaroid and
Mhm.
not noticing that it's really just the whole picture all the time.
Mhm. And it's only the whole picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an apparent before and after. It's just the way that me experiences it as solid and real, like it really happened in a place called the past with real events, that actuality of that is just not true. But we can still talk about a past. We can talk about driving here or whatever, you know, last week, what happened, what we did or whatever, or the last meeting. But that it's just not solid. It's just exactly what it is. We're just talking about it.
Right.
Yeah. So, it's always, we just sharing, it's always, because none of this is known. What this speaks about, it's not a held knowledge. So when it comes out, it's out for the first time and it's like, oh, wow. You know,
Yeah,
because there's no experience of, oh, there's no past. You know, this body doesn't walk around knowing about no past and no future. But when it's discussed, there's obviously not a real past, but it only comes up in discussion, I guess, or this type of setting.
so in day-to-day life, what's it like for you?
It's the same, just going to work and eating, sleeping. It's just the same. It's just, there's no, it's, if you can say that what changed, there's no seeking, there's no need for the next moment. There's no agitation to continue. And the whole drama that came along with being separate and being distant from everything else. And then there's a real happening. That whole drama is just not there. But, you know, there's talking, there's coworkers, there's friends, it's just the same. So it can't be, that's why it can't be described. It's like nothing changes, but everything changes. But it's just, yeah, it's impossible to describe because thoughts are just thoughts, memories are memories. It's just not held or had, or it lost the substance that it used to have, like this charge to it. There's no charge to it anymore. It's just neutrality. You know, but then talking about it in that way also kind of, it's misleading because it feels like something happening to someone, which is just the end of an experience, which is not a, it was always wholeness. Even when this body felt like being someone moving through time and space, it was wholeness being that. And now it's just appearing as not, it's just never changes because it's only wholeness. So whatever's happening is that. Sorry, I can't describe it.
Yeah, but it also seems like there's this like looking at the quarter of the picture or the eighth of the Polaroid
Mhm,
and then seeing the whole thing.
mhm.
And even though it's all, even though there's no before and after, there is, I don't know, the sense that there was a time where it felt one way and a time where it feels
Yes.
a different way.
Yeah, there is apparently a time before, yeah, that this felt like life was an immense task that needed to be worked on, or just, I can't even really remember, but it was just suffering. It was just suffering in the sense that I'm doing it wrong and I need to get it right. And it's my life and it has value and meaning and it's important. I don't know what I'm doing, but I gotta do it and I gotta get there. I don't know where I'm getting to, but I gotta get there. That final spot where I can rest. And that whole drive just doesn't happen anymore. You can say that changed. But yeah. But that's not an addition. It's not a gain. It's a loss of an experience that seemed to happen before.
Just a statement. Michael on Facebook says, he loves that you said there is no need for a seeking.
Mhm.
Zabi, what would you say to people who say that non-duality is doom and gloom?
Non-duality is what?
Doom and gloom.
Doom and gloom. Well, that's if someone makes it into a something.
Hmm.
There is actually no non-duality. It's just supposed to, but there's not two. There's no separation already. That's, I mean, if you take non-duality to be something, all types of comments and misunderstandings, something that someone does or practices has a new belief system going on. That's where doom and gloom comes from. Getting turned into something where I have no meaning, I have no purpose, I'm not getting it. So it's just depressing for that energy. What's being said is that's an illusion. There's only wholeness. Even the experience of being someone on a path going somewhere is wholeness. It can't be escaped. What's truly longed for can't be escaped. I recognize that voice. Who is that?
You're asking the wrong person. Let me see if I can find. One moment.
That's all right.
Now when I want to get out of that, I can't. Why can't I? Well, there we go. That's Marcy.
Yeah.
And Michael on Facebook says, there is no need for a seeking, and there is no need for basically anything other than just what it is. That sounds, hold on, like freedom to me.
Oh, yeah. Freedom.
Freedom's just another word.
And there's no need for not seeking.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the real freedom.
Yeah, complete. Yeah.
Mm,
What about resistance?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm babysitting
Mahesh.
4 grandsons this
Mahesh.
weekend.
Eva.
And I'm resisting.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that can appear. That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah. It's just that when oh, my phone's ringing, hopefully it doesn't disrupt the thing. But see, the difference is me feels like something can be right or wrong. Like if there's resistance, it'd be like, okay, it'll be better if I'm just not resisting or I'm doing it wrong. It'll be better just, it's always, it could be better or I could be doing something else, like not resisting. But it's just all perfect. Whatever's arising. It's just that energy in itself has the sense of something's just not quite right. A bit like just if I just I don't know, just something like that. But here the sharing is that it's wholeness, that is wholeness. Resisting, not resisting, seeking, not seeking. It's just what appears. And for that me energy is because it feels like it does it, like it's the creator and or it's happening to it, it's just not okay. But here's what's shared is that it's not happening to anyone. That itself is just an experience of whatever it is that's arising, but it's not happening to someone. So I got a call. I wonder if it stops the recording. Oh no, still rolling. I mean, there's a love for this type of sharing, but there's no need for it. It's just it's fun. It's like a sharing of friendship, it's just the whole setup. You can't do nothing about the setup. That's how it always someone in the front, other people sitting down, but it makes it seem like someone knows something and everyone else is trying to, it's not like that. You know, it's just a sharing. I don't have anything that you don't. Just love.
That's the biggest apparent blind spot for the spiritual seeker.
I've never been a spiritual seeker, but that just sounds like suffering.
It should in the dictionary, it should have slash suffering, right? Or synonymous with suffering.
One day it'll be right. That's that it.
Mhm. Mm. Mm.
How can there be a real time of it?
Yeah, because all I see is this. Nothing, nothing tangible shows me that there's time. There's apparent, seems apparently today, tomorrow. But I can't hold time or find time.
You know, me and time are kind of like the same energy. Energy of me,
Mhm.
myself, and time. It's kind of like the same.
Space?
Space,
Yeah.
distance, is all that comes from that.
Causality.
Causality too. Yeah.
So any kind of causality, cause and effect. Would you say that it has, I don't know, I'm just playing around, that the appearance is a reality?
So
Like, I mean, we can't distinguish between reality and not reality either, because those are concepts. So it appears as time and past and future, and that's this.
yeah.
So it's arising as that memory and appearance of past and future.
Yeah.
So there's like a kind of reality of that.
It is in a
And
distance.
yet, right, exactly.
But for
Because
me,
because
it's
it
only
appears
real.
that is this as a reality.
Well, for me, reality, the way it just feels like it is, like it's only real. It's reality. It's solid ground that it stands on. You know, that's what I took as reality, but that's not true.
Right.
It is and it isn't. It's apparent. If you maybe that's what you mean. It's apparently
Mm-hmm.
apparent past, apparent future, time, causality, apparent.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's hard for me to express how.
Would you happen to see the red light on the top? If you look at the screen, is it still
You
red
mean on the right?
on the top of the screen? I got another call, but let's see. Yeah, still gone.
Just point to me.
Oh, where? Oh, I'll show you. It's there's a red thing up there.
Oh, okay, with the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I saw it kind of blocked off.
like there's no one here, but yet it presents itself as time. It seems to.
Perfect.
Okay.
Appearance of time.
Yeah, so it has it just, we don't know. We can't even control that. There's no control, so to speak.
Yeah,
So,
there's
so
no
it's
control
it's
'cause
weird
it's
that it
not
just
you.
manifests and spread out as this cause and effect, this apparent cause and effect. Um, that's how it's playing out.
The parent.
Mhm.
Mm.
Can't believe an hour and 10 minutes. I don't even feel it. Yeah. Anybody on Zoom, Facebook, be free to share or not.
I remember here the sense of being the seer kind of felt like this, like something in is unease, like a tension of being in a position, seeing something else, having to negotiate with the world or make your way through other objects, navigate. That can cause a lot of tension. The body can just be so from that experience. And then I also called it it was kind of like the body was hypnotized in a sense to believing it was something separate. Like it took on the whole role. Like every cell had this something just
That's why it seems this me sense it's not a thought.
yeah, it's not. I know some people say it's a bad no, absolutely.
No, it's a whole, like how you described it
Yeah.
physically.
Yeah.
It's a contracted, energetic,
Mhm.
can't say what it is.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And it's we say me, but it's like it's not, then some people take it as, oh, now this me is a thing, it's the experience of being separate, it's tension, it's contracted energy, whatever it is, it's just, there is no actual me. So there never is a me, but that tension can seem to not be there. But me never disappears because there is no one. Energy of separation.
And me is just a word. The energetic sense of separation is really, that's the kind of a phenomena that seems to arise. That you can't even put a word to, but it's a sense, an energetic sense, right, of separation in the body.
And then it just, everything seems to build on that. This whole story seems to
Right.
life.
Fragments.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Krishnamurti used to talk about Jiddu Krishnamurti fragmentation, right? I don't know if you guys were, he's old school now. Jiddu Krishnamurti. And he would always say fragmentation, meaning once there's that initial, and it's a story, that initial sense of separation, it just fragments conceptually in all kinds of details and fragments.
The partition.
Mm.
Everything parts. That's always working.
It's that initial mistake, my friend, that initial sense of separation. That's the killer. And then a whole life is lived, apparently, out of that notion.
And since there really isn't like causality in time or appearance, this energetic sense of self has no doesn't exist on a timeline really, although it feels like it does. So instead, it can actually fully appear, boom, 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 as fully formed separation again and again and again and again and again. And it feels like it's continuity.
Yeah.
It's always been separate.
Yeah.
And it almost feels like even when it's seen through or it's not there, in the next moment it can be fully there sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what that is again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a magic trick.
Magic.
Yeah.
But you can never believe the magician's really doing it again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
It's like looking at the film and thinking it's the movie or something like that.
Or you were the character, yeah.
but you can't say never again.
Yeah, you can't know any of it.
Right.
Like knowing is a sense of safety in a way, but it's also all the fear that arises comes from the initial knowing I'm here. But it is like a platform or a safety blanket, or it feels good at first, you know, but all the fear and all the complication comes out of that. Because there's no platform to rest on, you know, to be a solid something. Energetic magic trick.
Yeah. And part of the trick, it seems like the fear is locking it in place because of the sense of fear, you know, but you just said something to debunk that as well. You know, it's still within the story. It's still just, yeah. Mm.
Thanks for coming. Good to see you.
Take care. Okay.
Have fun with the grandchildren.
Yeah. I'm
Four.
off to birthday grand cupcakes for one of them now.
How old are they?
1, 3, almost 6, almost 7.
Oh, man. Wow. Energetically drained just hearing that.
I only had one kid.
Mhm.
And a girl.
They paid it forward.
She's sustaining the population to make up for the other half of the.
Well, thanks. Okay.
And that story is also this.
Yeah,
Like, there's no reason to say that's a story.
yeah,
Like, it's like, that's this.
yeah.
That's part
Kind
of
of a
it.
miracle.
Much more, Mike. But it's enjoyable. That's part of the joy of the story.
Total joy.
Is we play our roles, and it, you know, you laughed and and all that, and it's just a miracle in its own right, in some way, that this appearance is even appearing to happen, and that it could be nurturing, even on the relative scale. The beauty of this. That's a label too, and the suffering of this. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes with the cost.
It's duality for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Comes with. If you want in on this reality, you're going to have to pay. Pay the price. Pay the what's that expression? Pay the piper. Yeah.
That whole the story of me and my life. It's like I was born, and
Yeah.
I'm here, and I'm moving through time, and I'm
Yeah.
working and going to school,
Yeah.
and but then I'm getting older, and I gotta retire, and then I'm gonna die. Like that story.
It's
is
so
like,
surreal.
No,
It's so weird.
it's so brutal.
Yeah. And going that far, sometimes people could accept it, apparent people, to a certain degree, but to go so far as to say you were never born, you know, and have that clarity that that's just an idea as well in the timeline. That's remarkable. That's mind blowing.
Yeah.
And the mind will tell the story about this message. You said earlier it's an unpopular message.
Yeah.
I concur. It doesn't sell retreats.
Yeah.
There's like 3 people show up and they're like, yes, finally I have permission.
We had a good turnout.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great turnout.
Yeah.
But like what the mind will say is, so what you're saying is a kind of a bypass, a detachment. I don't acknowledge that I'm going to die or that I'm real and have responsibilities, and so I'm making up this new story.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's all that
That's all it can do. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, so he's doing that. He doesn't feel, you know. Yeah.
He can't hack it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
But it goes so deep, we don't have a clue. We can't account for anything. We don't know what this is. no less being born into something. Just the fact of awareness is just, well, and it's only in each apparent moment, like, yeah, birth, death, all concepts. Remarkable that it appears to run that deep. The mystery is that it even dissolves the idea of this person, apparently. It's wild. But it must be remarkable that we even think we're a person. That's what's kind of bizarre.
Well,
Not
no
bizarre,
one
nothing's
thinks they're a
bizarre.
person.
I'm just putting labels on
It
yeah.
There's an experience of being a person.
Yeah.
But there's no one thinking that they're a person. There's no experience
Right.
of it. That is the experience. So there's
Yeah, they're not
someone-
thinking it into existence like some spiritual paths would say. It's not a thought, as Zubin said. It's just arising, and then we label it after the fact.
Yeah, maybe thought reflects upon the energetic.
Yes,
field.
it does.
Yeah, and says, I am a person.
Exactly.
I was born.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, like, what is the experience there of conceptual, if someone says death, dying, you're done, like Zabi's going to die.
Mhm.
How does that arise?
Like if this was actually done, like the body,
Yeah,
like if someone gives me news about that,
right. Like, I'm a doctor and I say, yeah,
yeah.
like you have 24 hours to live.
you'd be like, oh fuck. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Shit. Go see my mom, my dad, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's not like I'm already not here, so who cares? And it's not like that.
Right.
It's like-
Right.
but it's still obvious that no one dies, but still
There's still this fear arise still, this.
there's no telling actually. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Mm.
I mean, there doesn't seem to be a fear of death here, but if let's say you're a doctor and told me that,
Who knows what would arise? Yeah. Yeah. I find feelings come more strongly than they ever seem.
oh
to.
yeah,
Like they're everything.
yes, yeah. There's no holding it back or pushing it down. It's just
Right.
yeah. Yeah. With the energy of being with someone, it was like fearful of feelings and emotions.
Mm.
Everything's just full on. But I can see how this can come across if someone hears it and gets put into a story that it's bypassing or that it's this or that. It's so easy to be misunderstood.
And you can imagine the energy of me
Mhm.
could use this message as a bypass, as a
Mhm.
kind of a pacifier.
Oh yeah.
Say, oh, this is not, it's not real.
Yeah. Oh, that happens, I think, a lot.
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah. Most of the comments on any YouTube video,
Yeah.
there's no me here, so who's suffering?
Yeah.
But that's not what's felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this even did that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you speak non-dualish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not really fully, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah, then here the resistance element would arise, like you're faking all of this.
Yeah.
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 Right, you don't really
Mhm.
feel you haven't had the realization.
Yeah.
You haven't
Yeah.
awakened
Mhm.
or died, or the
Exactly.
languages that whoever's using.
Mhm. All of that happened here too.
Mhm.
Seemingly.
Sitting.
Yeah.
Like a support group for the dead.
Um,
That's not going to make you too popular.
It's not gonna be as popular as AA or.
Right. Even in the story, I noticed AA in particular. And it's a beautiful path because a lot
Yeah,
of people,
beautiful, yeah.
it's an inroad into seeing something other than their identity. It does that on some way in the story, but they're perpetual victims.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that it just reinforces the idea of self and victimhood, and that, you know, support for your victimhood and all that. So it's all good though.
It's all good.
Yeah, and there's a lot of beautiful sharings in that context.
Yeah.
But
We have a good friend who had a profound, like, seeing through this through AA.
Mm.
We kept
Right.
going to AA and just, you know, identity kept getting thinner and thinner, apparently, although that's still a story.
Yeah.
Just one day, it was like a rubber band snapped and saw right through it.
Yeah.
Just like kept going to AA because
Yeah.
the body just kept going.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it was fine, but yeah, totally gone. So every apparent story seemingly different.
Yeah.
and I have discussions with friends. Why do I embrace these other avenues? You know, if I'm not fully aligned, even myself. And it's not the word so much. You just don't know what's going to trigger, like you're saying. Just being present to, because it is the default of who we apparently are, let's say. So the words are more periphery. The inner knowing, it has a certain longing. This is a story, you know, but it could all of a sudden in the story just click regardless of the context of the group, you know. But unfortunately, the group often does not lend to that enough because it reinforces the idea so strongly. But the love in the group could open up, like maybe with your friend in that way. Yeah. So I still love this. I think it's nurturing, and I still love the different expressions. But some people just, and I get that, people, you know, I'm in the story. The direct message just doesn't want to go there. It just,
Right.
and I understand that.
Right. There's no incrementalism, there's no evolution, there's no
Yeah.
person that wakes up. Right.
And I totally get that. And that's what I love the direct, you know, that's perfectly, it's most impactful, this direct message. It's amazing. For no one, you know, it's just amazingly more aligned and impactful. You know, it seems the other paths that tell you to do something, it's just, it is, I don't know, you know, it's all story. It depends on if it's done, and this is a story, consciously, if it reinforces the identity in the presence of, or if it opens up from the love of just being present in any group or any sharing. So that's kind of how I see it. There's redeeming values. It's nurturing for the character, and that's perfectly fine here.
And if it's what's showing up,
Might sound contradictory.
if it's what's showing up, like,
yeah,
that's
there you
Cory,
go.
Cory, Zubin, Zabi. It's
Yeah.
what's happening. Yeah.
I think there's an undercurrent of projecting the story. But I think this story is beautiful.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's no need to reject this. The story is what humans have. There's no need to say, well, it's just a story.
Mhm.
It's all a story. And that's what's so beautiful. The infinite variation of story. There's no need to reject it. Why?
What could
We're not rejecting it.
what could even reject it?
Like when I feel like when there's talk of like the story, it's just the story.
Yeah, that's another concept and sense and duality.
There's also, I think, there's a masculine movement and a kind of a feminine movement. The feminine movement really, like, accepts all of it. It's like it's a very loving, enmeshed, kind of beautiful. See, she and I have this dance that we do too. I'm in the masculine, deconstructing everything into story, not story, this, that. And she's showing me like, this is all it. Like it's all the perfection.
Mm.
And I always feel it when she points it out.
Isn't that akin? Oh, my power just went on in my Facebook. Isn't that akin to nothing and everything in a way? And that's shared in the direct message. It's nothing and everything.
Empty and full.
Empty and full. So you could look at it as the everythingness without resistance and the fullness and beauty of this that just is, and the emptiness, which is a duality and a story. But I think it's one and the same. If I think the key distinction though is the identity of the person that thinks there's a story, and that's all. I think the direct message when the idea of one self is not in its own way sees the beauty like you're sharing of all the stories. I mean, that's a story too, but it seems like when the idea of self is not in its way, in its own way, even through the direct message, the stories are very raw and nurturing and come to life in all its glory. That's my experience. So I don't know if it's either or masculine. Yeah, I see that as well. You know, that it could play out
It's
that
a
way.
way of expressing it in a sense.
I got to charge up my iPad. I just went out. More story. I just wanted to add on to the story.
Yeah,
Put
we
some more.
share the story of.
Let's put some more story into the.
Yeah, we share the story of 23 years of marriage and 2 children and this like beautiful thing. Like, and for a long time, when I was a seeker, when there was seeking energy, because it was like that, it was like, like what Zabi was saying, like it just felt like this is something very wrong. Yeah. It felt like there was a rejection of the story, and I actually had to go through the phase of like pushing it all out, saying this can't be real because something's very uncomfortable. It's never enough. Something it's never. I can't know it. I can't have it. I can't keep it. And when that kind of collapsed through excruciating torture, then it was like, it's all perfectly fine. It's perfect. It's this.
Did you find your spiritual journey torturous or nurturing?
It was torturous for me.
And for me, yeah.
Yeah. But you were drawn nonetheless. There's something nurturing there.
Yeah, so like sitting here with Zabi has an energetic
Right.
flavor of home. I would go to certain retreats and I would get that flavor and then it would go.
True.
And you would see it as dependent on conditions.
Exactly.
And that was a kind of specific suffering of having and losing it, having and losing it. And then the realization is what you're pointing at, which is this is always home. But to seemingly get there, the character seemingly went through trials, tribulations, suffering, journey.
And maybe that's part of the fun of this adventure.
Doesn't feel like fun. Pretty.
Would you say the contrast is the beauty of this reality? You know, the stories and the contrast of it.
The contrasts.
Just that we could experience ourselves in this dualistic way through contrast. You know, the old, and you can't hear me on the mic probably, the old God, you know, it's a story. God, how do they put it? God created a story so he could see himself, and that something like, I'm butchering it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think you know, it is interesting, sort of the everything versus nothing, but it being the same. You know, it's hard to try to contain that, you know, try to wrap your head around
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's impossible.
You can't.
you know. I think. It's interesting that we're together. Because we do,
Uh-oh.
it is very, well,
Yeah.
he really does veer towards the nothing and I.
Yeah.
veer towards the everything.
Mhm.
And so we each, in a way, try to help each other experience the other side.
Mhm. We embody each of those aspects.
Yeah. And I think with the stories, I used to be very attached to mine, very attached. And I think I'm very much less attached, but I still love it.
You know, what's interesting is like, I used to try to really detach from the story, and now I'm like, oh, this is everything. Like the child playing violin is everything, or whatever it is. So in a sense, it's like there's a convergence on. And I think Zabi said it, like, you can't know this. Like, you can't know that emptiness is full, full is empty.
Yeah,
It's just how it is. Yeah.
Yeah. In a sense, maybe you can kind of say it's revealed through a loss, through a loss of an experience. Something stops happening, which reveals that this is that, but it can't be grasped, it can't be had, it can't be known, you can't wrap your head around it. But it just is that way. Then there might be well, how can you say that if you don't know it?
It's almost like the thing that had to stop was the thing that knows.
Yeah. The knower.
And when that stops, it's just obvious.
It's
It's
obvious.
nothing.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly
how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, we would have these conversations with like emptiness, and I would try to put it in some logical framework, and it can't. It just sounds like gibberish.
Yeah. And it's not an experience. So when I used to hear speakers, I used to feel like they're living a life by these concepts and they're saying it and they're doing. This never brings it up. I don't talk about this ever. But like meetings seem to happen.
Yeah.
Just appeasing the masses. You hear the question a lot. Then what's your impulse to go to the meetings and share and all that,
I mean, I get asked.
Hmm?
I get asked.
Yeah, sure. I'm just saying. Yeah.
I mean, there's a love for speaking this way. I do love it.
Sure. It's
But
not
there's just
it's
no
not like you're a
need.
zombie because, of this clarity. It doesn't make you into, things still happen, human preferences and all that.
Everything's done.
Yeah. It's just, okay. It's not even a shift in orientation. It's so tricky to talk about, but yeah.
It could be like two things happening in meetings. I remember it was like the case here too. When I first started going to meetings, there can be a resonance, openness, expansiveness. It can just be like, yeah, just a yes, not in any logical, but just like, yeah. But then another, the energy of being someone would come. Okay, but what's in it for me? What can I do with it? Yeah, but now what do I do with that?
That's when the questions start to come out.
Yeah.
But so,
You could have just stopped at, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, very much like.
Yeah. Here's another story.
Hmm.
It kind instead of falling away, I like melting into the hole.
So it's definitely a less doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Healthy.
Unraveling.
Mm.
You know, me just wants proof, you know, like, okay, well, can a doctor then tell me that? You know, like,
You're preaching to the choir here.
Yeah, we're both doctors.
yeah. Yeah, I remember that's how I was. I'm like, okay, only if a doctor can tell me, then I'll believe it. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's how Zabi was. It was like, I need proof, proof.
Credentials.
Yeah.
and proof.
Yeah.
Hi, I have a question. Hi, Zabi. It's Andrea. Can you say something about self-inquiry? Is that beneficial in any way, or I mean, or just whatever you want to say about that?
You said just about self-inquiry?
And you still hear Zabi? We had to take the mic out.
Can you hear me?
I didn't hear what Cory said, though.
Yeah. So you can hear me? No?
I can hear you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You hear me, Ann Zabi?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, self-inquiry, from what I know of it, it's just, was that me? I forgot, what was it? What is self-inquiry? I forget.
Who am I?
Who am I? Who am I? That's just me trying to see if it's real or not. And it just never, I guess there can be an experience of me seeing, oh, I'm not there, but it'll never land on it. It wants to know that it's not there. It just won't happen. Even if it understands it, it will never have a resting place where it can be like, okay, now this is it. Now I know I'm not there. Now I know who I am, or now I know my true nature. Now I know I'm everything. That's not what's wrong for. That's more normal. That's more of the same this going in a circle. What's wrong for can't be known. And it's this, it's already. It's not somewhere else. It doesn't take time to reach it. You can't reach it. The reaching is there. There is only that. Self-inquiry is this appearing as self-inquiry. There's no need to find. There is nothing to find. So it needs to find something else new. There's nothing wrong with self-inquiry. By the way. That's how I say that.
There's just a misapprehension that it's going to solve a problem
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, am I in the wrong meeting? I thought this was a self-inquiry.
This is self-inquiry anonymous.
Anonymous.
It's where
Oh.
we're trying to get over our addiction to self-inquiry,
Got it.
which is another seeking.
And self-inquiry, anonymous.
That's
Mhm.
SIA.
5 minutes. It's up to you how long you want to go. You're off today, right? But
Yeah.
it's
Gonna
been
go
2
eat.
hours
My
is a good
sister
amount.
after.
Huh?
Sister wants to go eat after.
Yeah, 2 hours is perfect. 5 minutes. Yeah.
Perfect time.
That was the,
Yeah,
that was,
perfect.
yeah, that was the wake-up call or whatever.
Memorial Day working, that's overtime.
I know.
Yeah.
This church is technically closed. Did I mention that?
Yeah, how'd you
Yeah.
get in?
The back door was open. The guy that runs the church was here and I just said,
Oh, perfect.
yeah,
God.
yeah. I didn't really rent the room for today. I just assumed. You know what happens when.
You make an ass out of you and me.
I remember as a kid, it didn't make sense. Mom saying Islam is correct. Neighbor saying Christianity is correct. So I remember a thought. So they're saying they're right. Mom's saying she's right. They're saying so everyone thinks they're right. It just didn't. There was a questioning of that. It's bad. I was like 5, 6 years old. It just So it's like, yeah.
That was the first time you noticed something's off about
Yeah.
something's not right here.
Mm.
My story is weird, but I won't go into it. I'll just tell it really quickly. It's bizarre, but I won't go into it, but I will go into it right now. But we only have 3 minutes, and once I get going. No, I don't even know if I should. This was real in the dream. And I don't know if I was 5 years old or whatever, but in New York, I grew up in New York and we went, I think it was in Brooklyn or something. I grew up in Queens. And we went into a building at my aunt's house. It was a high riser. And I got in the elevator after the family for some reason to meet them in the lobby. And there was another guy in a trench coat, and I remember this specifically, I was 5 years old, and a fedora hat, right?
Oh,
And the elevator just dropped super speed and went below like any lobby. It was just going, "Vroom." The doors open. I mean, it's a story, but I'll just finish it really quickly. And it opened up, and there was a devil that was standing in the middle of fire. Okay. And it was like a cartoonish devil that you see with the 3 points on the top. Because it appeared in the way that I would know, that's my
Right.
thinking, that we would
like
imagine.
baby devil, yeah.
Yeah, in the cartoons and all that. And it was standing in the middle of this fire, and it was mumbling something to me. All right. The guy in the fedora hat freaked out, and he was like I was sort of relaxed. I was just like watching it. And then the elevator went up a long way to the lobby. Okay. I got out. I must have been kind of conscious even at that age, but I said, I'll remember this, and this was not a dream in this reality. I said, this happened. But what made you guys make me think of this was, we were talking about like the first time you notice something's off. That was my experience the first time I noticed something was off. And when I got out, I felt a sense of separation after that event. First time, so there was a Mr. Softy, like ice cream truck.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was in the distance, like separate from me, and I was here. So, that interesting story. That's my first experience of separation.
I can see why you do this. Yeah. That's powerful.
Yeah, if that's not impetus, right, for the spiritual search. But it didn't affect me in that way. It was I was pretty conscious. I realized, oh, this happened, and yeah. And I said, I'll remember this was not a dream the rest of my life, so, and anything could happen in this,
Yeah,
who knows?
anything can appear, Zabi said it today.
Yeah.
Anything can appear.
And I don't hold to that. It's neither here nor there for me, but it's just an experience that feels like it happened.
Yeah.
I don't have to run with that and, worry.
Zabi, did you have a lot of these sort of mystical, energetic experiences in this whole unraveling, or was it just very plain?
No, once, I guess maybe you can say it was like once I was smoking, and then just everything lost its substance, and it was just going like this. Just once. And then I tried to explain it and I couldn't get it across. I got frustrated and then just forgot about it.
That's excellent. Another experience.
Yeah, I was trying to tell a non-duality speaker actually about it, trying to describe it. And I saw that trying to be special. And I saw that there was no interest in it.
Yeah.
And I was like that at that moment, it was kind of clear that it's not going to be something special. Yeah.
They can present apparently as a trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that need to be special was obvious.
Yeah.
It was like, oh shit.
That's when I would go on meditation retreats. I would have those special experiences.
Yeah.
They were my experience.
Yeah.
Or my psychic experience, or my
Want to acknowledge them for it too.
right. Oh, let me tell you guys about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adorable.
Oh, yeah. There is no answer.
Aren't these other spiritual groups adorable?
That's a good in-group, out-group. Yeah.
Who they think they are? It's just adorable that they think
They're
this
so cute.
Yeah. The
We all know
search
them.
and trying to.
This is nonsense.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate when the other spiritual group was you.
Right.
That's me. I'm trying to in-group, out-group myself.
It's easy to say now.
Yeah, it is. The timing is everything. Very special.
Mm. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you, Zabi. Thank you,
guys.
Zoom, Facebook cutout.
Zuckerberg's AI.
Energetically, huh?
Yeah, Zuckerberg did something with his AI and
Right.
cut you out.
I could end the Zoom. Thanks, guys. If you want to donate
Oh, a best
to the email in the chat. Thanks.
There, he started.
Oh no, he was eating at a
Oh,
restaurant.
oh,
Sorry.